June the 22nd, bats. By June, all female bat nurseries have now been set up. The males often roost together nearby, and most bats will have given birth by the end of the month. The young cling to their mother's fur, or to a false nipple in the case of the horseshoe bat. When females go hunting for insects, they carry their young under their bodies. Beside the pitstrels, nocturals, daubentzins, and brown long-eared bats that may be seen last month, there are now several new bats to add to the list. The areas around Box Hill, Godstone, and Western are the best places to look for species such as soprano brants, whiskered natteries, lislers, and barbastelle. When attempting to identify a bat in flight, it is necessary to remember the flight pattern, when and where it flew, at what speed, and also what height. Even then, it will only be an attempt at identification. It is necessary to be close up to accurately confirm a species. Along with pitstrels and nocturals, lislers are often the first to be seen a mere 15 minutes after sunset. They tend to fly higher than pitstrels and don't dive as steeply as nocturals. About half an hour after sunset, they may be joined by serotine, barbastelle, whiskered, and brants. Serotines also fly high, but rather slower than most other bats. They also make occasional loops and are often seen in more open situations, such as parks. Barbastelles are similar to pitstrels, except they tend to leave their roosts a little later. They have a more assured flight, which is not as erratic as that of pitstrels. Whiskered bats can also be easily confused with pitstrels, but their flights tend to be faster, straighter, and may even be seen during the day. Brown, long-eared, and natteries bats usually commence flying even later than the others, perhaps as much as 45 minutes to an hour after sunset. Natteries are more difficult than most to see, as they seem to love total darkness. They may be flying around your ankles in a wood, and still you won't see them. They also fly low over water and are often seen near buildings. Their flight can be slow or fast, often in straight lines, and their tail is usually held straight out. It may be worth looking around roads with tall hedges in the West Humble area for them. As with nocturals, some people claim to hear their squeaks. The river cliff at Box Hill is an atmospheric place to look for the brown long-eared bat. They hover a lot and have the habit of alighting in trees to feed. Sometimes their ears can even be seen. Sadly, horseshoe bats are now very rare. They tend to be poor flyers, glide a lot, and have, of course, a highly distinctive, unforgettable face. Reptiles, amphibians, and fish. Warm, sunny days are the best times to look for lizards that may now be basking on dry walls in places such as Buckham or Keston Common. Adders, unlike most other snakes, give birth not to eggs but to live young. Lizards have transparent eggs through which the tiny black young can be seen. Slow worms may still be courting. Males arch their backs before inserting one of their two penises into the female. In ponds, the tadpoles of frogs, newts, and toads are all now turning from herbivorous to a carnivorous diet, which occasionally includes eating each other. Young frogs and toads have now developed legs and will be leaving ponds by the end of the month. Being explosive breeders, they are sometimes encountered in almost plague numbers amongst the emergent vegetation at the edges of some ponds. Looking into clear water at the edges of lakes and rivers, many young fish may now be seen in shoals. Minnows congregating in shallow water may even be spawning. In the evening, larger fish can be seen near the surface or breaking it to catch emerging insects. At this time of year, the still surface of open water can be constantly disturbed by fish feeding on clouds of insects as they hover just above the water.